Hey guys, and welcome into another episode of Buffy. We are on season 6, episode 3. A very highly anticipated episode for me. Honestly, just as much as I was anticipating the first episode of this season to see what the hell was going to happen. I mentioned that the last 2 episodes, or rather like the first 2 episodes of this season, felt very much like a prologue to something very new. Buffy's back. We got her back. Willow got her back by some questionable means, I would say. And I think there's going to be some consequences to that. We have yet for Giles and Spike to see that Buffy is back, which I'm excited to see their reactions to that. And also I'm just excited to see what Buffy has to say, because she was very much dazed and confused and traumatized in the last 2 episodes. And it's very possible that she will continue to be like that for a while, given what she's been through. But also, I'm like, I just want to know what she experienced, like what happened when she jumped into the portal thing that was opening up and died for us. Does she have any memories? Was it just nothingness when she was dead? That's really scary if that's the case. But also it seems like I don't know for sure yet, based on how Willow was explaining the possibility of them being able to bring her back. It was basically because she didn't think it was like a normal death that Buffy experienced. It was like her body died but her soul went elsewhere. So I'm curious if that is the case, if her soul was somewhere else and her body was just dead, if she has memory of that, all of that. I'm so intrigued by the setup of this season and really excited. If you'd like to watch the full episode with me, my uncut reactions are available below on my Patreon. Thank you guys so much who are already over there. You guys help me probably way more than you will ever know. And with that being said, let's get into it. Oh, and this one's called Afterlife. So many meanings could be packed into that. Okay.
She's at home. She has to be. We just need to get there and she'll be there.
Hey, I've done a lot of fleeing on these mean streets. I know all the shortcuts.
I don't like this.
My senses are primed for danger.
Oh,
Nothing is-
yeah. You can't be talking like that. You should know better than to be talking like that. These guys are so annoying. Like, I understand they're necessary for the backdrop of what the story is telling us here, but those motorcycle demons genuinely annoy me.
Making with a big skedaddle.
Thank God they're gone.
It was Buffy, right? She's just disoriented from being tormented in some hell dimension.
Do we think she was sent to a hell dimension? We don't know for sure where she's been, or if she remembers anything.
What if she never gets over it?
And you think
That's
of this
a possibility.
now? You're back home. We're all okay now.
She is so... I almost am having trouble reading her face because there's so much packed into it that I can't even pick out one specific emotion because there's just so much going on in her facial expression. It looks like mostly confusion, very, very distant, slightly scared. I love that they just treat these things, they have them react to them like you would in real life. They don't always bounce back. Sometimes they do. Sometimes it's camp and it's like, haha, oh well, next week on Buffy. But, they know when it's real and when to act like it.
Willow and Tara live here now.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't do much. We moved some of the chairs and took out some of the little tables. But
seeing her mom unlocked something.
That's Willow's, obviously. We eat at the other end.
She's always on the net. Dawn's trying so hard to just be patient because she's so happy,
There you are. Knew you were under that dirt somewhere. You remember what Mom used to say? Either wash that neck or plant potatoes.
What the hell? What is that? I've never heard that saying before.
Never thought it was funny either. Ow.
Yeah. That's... Oh, that is so painful. I honestly thought she'd be able to get out of there easier just from Slayer strength, but she wasn't clearly at her strongest at a moment like that. Also, Spike literally at this point still thinks that he lost Dawn, I think. So I would expect him to show up at some point soon.
Mom's room.
Is it still set up the same?
It's really different now.
Oh, they did change it.
Willow and Tara. This is their room.
Oh.
And sit down and talk. What else is different? Do you mean about the house or
life, I guess.
Giles.
Yeah.
So weird. He left today. He'll come right back. I'll call him. Someone will call him.
Dawn! Dawn, are you there?
There we go.
It's just Spike. I'm here.
You scared me half to death. Or more to death. I could
More
kill
to
you.
death.
Spike.
I mean it. Seen the bloody bub before. Didn't think she'd patch ups.
He can tell that it's actually Buffy and not the bot without any context.
She's been through a lot.
Wow.
Spike? Are you okay?
What did you do?
Me? Nothing.
Oh my god, she has no idea what's going on either.
I don't know how they got like that.
I do.
Ooh.
Clawed her way out of a coffin, that's how.
Also, you guys reminded me that was her biggest fear, is being buried alive. That we learned that back in season 1. Oh my god. They have something really unfortunate in common. That's not a fun thing to have in common. The way he's looking at her is so... I've never seen him look at her like that before.
How
But
long was I gone?
147 days yesterday. Well, 148 today. Except today doesn't count, does it? How long was it for you? Where you were?
I feel like she wasn't anywhere, and that's gonna freak me out. Longer. Oh shoot.
Stuff.
Oh, I need to know the details.
He's here.
You're here.
We didn't know where you were.
He ran away.
Buffy, are you okay?
She's
You knew
gonna
she was
get
back?
very overstimulated with all of them around her like this.
What was it like?
I can't.
It's okay. You don't have to talk about this, Buff. Hey, do you want something?
But hopefully
Anything.
eventually you will, because
Pizza.
I'm curious.
I'll get you pizza.
But in the meantime, pizza.
She doesn't want pizza. I just meant
Guys, back off.
John gets it.
Buffy, be happy. I got you out. You really did it.
Maybe someday. A lot to process before the happiness is gonna kick in, I think.
My room is still.
Yeah. Yes, it's your room.
I am so curious about their assumptions that she was sent to a hell dimension. Are there only hell dimensions after death? Is that all there is in this universe? Okay.
I think Willow's
I can't wait for
wrong.
Angel and them to find
I
out
don't
too.
think she's particularly normal.
Who's that?
Good to know.
Spike?
Oh.
What are you doing out here?
He's crying. Aww. Oh.
You brought her back and you didn't tell me.
Well, now you know.
Willow knew there was a chance that she'd come back wrong. So wrong that she would have to get rid of what came back. And I wouldn't let her. And that's why she shut me out.
What are you talking about? Willow wouldn't do that.
You don't know what Willow's capable of.
Tell me, when you saw Buffy alive, that wasn't the happiest moment of your entire existence.
It kind of looked like it.
It's the thing about magic. There's always consequences.
That's what I'm saying.
Always.
Oh, he's so worried for her. Why? You know what? This episode, I'm understanding the Spike Buffy ship stands more than ever. I'll just leave it at that.
How did he take it? I'm not sure. Glad, but kind of weirded out, which I get. Lots of, dear lords.
Are we for
And
real
I think
gonna...
I actually heard him clean his glasses.
What? Are we for real not gonna... Why are we not telling Giles in person? Why is he not on a plane back over here? Why are we just brushing over a conversation like that with Giles like this?
I still love you. If you're worried, you can be worried.
Cute.
Well, I'm not unworried.
Tell her what you did.
When Angel came back, Buffy said he was wild, like an animal.
Ah, I remember that.
Buffy isn't like that.
We were expecting it to screw up. We weren't prepared for it to actually go right.
I thought there was going to be like instantaneous consequence.
Wouldn't you think she'd be so happy that we brought her out?
I don't know.
Sure she is. You thought she'd say thanks.
I wonder, I'm so curious about where she's been. Buffy, all this time. Her soul.
Give her time. She'll get there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be worried about the lack of happiness at this point. But it could be a problem eventually, I don't know.
I'm sure it's okay.
Oh my god, can she sleep? It's almost like she doesn't recognize herself, who she was before, and she's not quite wrapping her brain around the fact that that is who she still is. Like, everything around looks very foreign. Interesting. Has she been like consumed by death and she's feeling the aftershocks of it? Kind of? I don't know. What the fuck?
What did you do?
Whoa.
Do you know what you did? Did you cut the throat? Did you pat its head? Blood dried on your hands, didn't it? I know what you did.
Oh my god, she knows what she did for the spell. What the hell? Tara saw that too, though.
There's no glass.
Oh my god. Is Willow... Wait, what? How did they both... Well, they both did the spell. So are they all gonna be like, the people who were involved in the spell gonna have to pay the consequences?
Maybe we dreamed it.
We?
Right.
Same dream? That's crazy.
Different brains. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's kind of cute.
What was it talking about? Did you understand it?
Yes, she did.
I understood the words, but... What was that? There's something in the house.
It was moving so fast I almost didn't see the thing in the wall.
Xander, are you up? I can't sleep. Play a word game with me.
She is so real.
Xander, are you awake?
Huh? Do it.
That ought to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at his little toys.
It was Buffy, or something that looked like her. Like she was possessed.
All right, Willow, you need to get out of there. Just get everyone out. Wake up Buffy and Dawn. Don't make a big deal. Go! Anya!
Wow.
Anya!
That was scary. That was kind of scary. Oh, that felt like a horror movie, not a Buffy episode.
He's all traumatized. Well, whatever it is, it's not the
Oh my god, so what is everyone involved in the spell is being affected?
I bet it's a hitchhiker.
Hitchhiker?
Some demon a thing, sees someone moving between worlds and grabs on for the ride. I knew it was gonna end badly. I should have said something.
Okay, fine, but what are we gonna do?
We just kill the beastie and all is good. We're rolling in puppies. Right?
So what are we killing?
A demon you brought back from hell with you.
Again, why are we assuming she was in hell? Maybe I don't need to be caught up on that.
The photographs of us. They changed.
Yeah. I guess that counts maybe as like a vision that just like everyone else is seeing.
Well, maybe you are going crazy.
Wouldn't that be nice? Bro, can we stop talking about her being in hell? If she was, let's not remind her. And what if she wasn't?
If we get to pick, I say we go with the small bone eaters.
Well, that just means they prefer to eat things with small bones, like you.
Maybe some of us can keep going, finding more, and the others...
I miss Giles.
Why?
He's coming back.
He
I
is.
talked to him.
Oh,
I
thank
know
God.
I'm a kind of poor substitute.
I thought that the way that they just flippantly threw in a scene where she was like, oh, Giles is happy you're alive. I was like, what? But okay, he's coming back. That's good.
Do you want us to go with you?
We can do that.
We can do that.
No.
I'll be safe here with the others. Don't worry about me.
Oh, girl, she's not, which is... Now, why is Dawn involved? Don't fuck around with Dawn. She was not a part of it.
Hot chocolate for Dawn. You're too young for coffee.
Idiot.
Oh, we are all seeing
Have
this?
my coffee.
Did you think the blood wouldn't reach you? I smelled the death on you.
This is like so freaky, but it's so awesome. All of this stuff that's happening in this episode.
Oh my god.
Not the books.
With fire.
Oh,
okay?
it's gone. Okay, she's
Did I
not
look
possessed
like that?
anymore. It's gone.
I hope I didn't look like that.
You looked kind of like that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yes,
That's
but where
not
did it go?
exactly. That's not great that it's gone. It's just out there.
They have things to do.
Cut to Spike. Interesting parallel. Do you want to hurt just like her? Take her pain? That is very much a parallel between his knuckles hurting himself and Buffy's knuckles from digging out. It's gotta be Buffy. Yeah.
Buffy.
Your hand is hurt.
Same to you.
Twinsies.
It's hard to get a good night's death around her. You can sit now.
I wonder if he's gone through a mindset of wishing he was just dead instead of this type of dead. And if that's something she's gonna relate to, wishing she never came back.
I do remember what I said. The promise.
About
to
Dawn.
protect her.
Oh.
Even if I didn't make it, you wouldn't have had to jump. But I want you to know I did save you. Every night after that. I'd do something different. Faster, more clever, you know.
Oh.
Every night I save you.
Every night I save you.
Hey, Tara, this is probably crazy, but Spike got me to thinking.
Oh, about Willow.
Did you know that this might happen?
No.
Could someone have known?
Willow is a talented witch, and she would never do anything to hurt anyone.
I know. Just meant that.
Tomogenesis.
We found it.
Tomogenesis. It's a demon that we made.
We made a demon?
Not surprised.
Badass.
The world doesn't like you getting something for free, and we asked for this huge gift. Buffy, you have to take this too, and it made the demon.
So does that mean it...
Technically, that's not a price. That's a gift with purchase.
Does that mean we can't kill it? Because we need that balance for Buffy to be here?
It doesn't have a body, so it's borrowing ours. It borrowed Dawn and Anya.
So if we sent it away,
Right.
it would be like the spell didn't exist.
And Buffy wouldn't be
like
here.
It never happened.
You can't do that.
I agree.
You can't think for a second that you're going to do that.
But
If you think you
It
can give
sounds
her
like we
back to
have
me
to.
and then take her away again, that's worse than if you never brought her back.
Everybody, hold on.
What? Why are you smiling?
not another spell.
inappropriate.
It's gonna dissipate. The only way for it to survive on this plane is if it were to kill the subject of the original spell.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh, it's sassy. It just possessed Xander to basically spit in our face. Oh, shit. I mean, it's not... Imagine. I was gonna say it's not gonna kill Buffy, but like, you know what? This show, it might. You know, anything can happen, clearly. Can't fight a ghost.
Or did they even give you a choice?
That's the thing. She didn't have a choice. She just was suddenly back. Her choice was to die, and they took it back.
Drive! Buffy's in trouble!
It's okay, Donnie. Willow and Tara are doing a spell.
Another spell.
You sure it won't send Buffy back?
I don't know. Fixing a spell with a spell. Oh my god. Alright, what is this thing gonna look like?
Give thee substance, give thee mass.
You're the one who's barely here. You won't even disturb the air when you go.
Rude.
Solid.
Willow freaks me out a little, I can't lie. The things she does, she kind of scares me sometimes. Oh, okay. Okay.
Dawn! What's wrong?
Make her lunch? That's so
Maybe
nice.
lunch?
That is so nice.
Those of us who fail history,
Repeat it.
doomed to repeat it in summer school.
Ah, much funnier.
It'll be better now. Now that they can see you being happy. That's all they want.
But you don't have to be. Take your time feeling all your feelings. Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say it. You brought me back. I was in hell.
She actually
I
was.
I can't think too much.
It was Willow. She knew what to do.
You guys gave me the world.
She is happy to
I
be
can't
back.
tell you what it means to me.
I'm shocked it is going this way, though. I was thinking a lot of other things are happening that I'll talk about after the episode. You know what? She might be lying to them, though, to make them feel better.
Buffy,
I'm not sure.
I was gonna go inside, but I overheard you and the Super Friends exchanging a special moment. I came over a bit queasy.
Just wanted a little time alone.
Oh, right then.
I don't think she's making you leave. Oh. Well,
It's okay. I can be alone with you here.
Thanks ever so.
that's very special. I can be alone with you. That kind of sounds sad, but like it can be a good thing.
I haven't been to a hell dimension just of late, but I do know a thing or two about torment.
I
He
was
does.
happy.
I was happy.
Wherever I was,
Fuck, I knew it.
at peace. I knew that everyone I cared about was all right. Time didn't mean anything. Nothing had form, but I was still me, you know? And I was warm.
Sounds
And I
like
was loved.
sounds like heaven. This universe's version of heaven.
I think I was in heaven. And now I'm not.
Yeah.
Everything here is hard and bright and violent. This is hell. Getting through the next moment. And the one after that, knowing what I've lost.
That's it. Knowing what you've lost. After experiencing something like that and then having to be back here, she just realized who she's talking to.
They can never know. Never.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, wow. Okay. I don't know why I had that feeling that she wasn't in hell. Well, obviously, part of me is like, she's Buffy. Like, why would she go to hell? A hell dimension when she's Buffy? Why does she deserve that? But then I was like, maybe just the way she died, the way that she like jumped into the portal thing and died that way, like maybe her soul did slip into a hell dimension. So that was in the back of my mind. But at the forefront, I was like, I don't think she would go to hell when she dies. And I thought that the twist was going to be one of two things. I thought it was either going to be like there was nothing, no sense of self or feeling or soul, and when she died, just nothing happened. And then all of a sudden she was back, and it is going to freak her out that there was nothing after death, because that's a scary thought for a lot of people. And if it wasn't that, I was like, I bet she was in heaven or some version of it, right? And that she is so shaken by being back because she was at peace, and now she's back here on Earth, which is gonna feel like hell after you've experienced heaven. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly the route that the writers decided to take, which is a very sad one. It's kind of comforting because I've always had the thought, like, I wonder if heaven exists in this universe, because we talk about hell dimensions all the time, but especially when Joyce died, I was like, I would like to think that this universe has a heaven. And now that that's been confirmed, at least I have that comfort, knowing that Joyce must be, at peace. But it's really hard, Buffy saying she got to experience that and was suddenly buried alive. Her saying that like every moment here on Earth feels doomed almost and just hard. Everything is hard. It's something that, you don't know any other way when you are living, you just deal with it. It's just all you've known, but that's not all she knows anymore. She got to experience heaven, and that was taken away from her. And now life is going to feel so much harder to get through. I guess there's like that comfort in the idea that hopefully, when she does die, she will be back there again someday. But in the meantime, it's like she's not going to leave her friends. Her friends did all this to bring her back. Dawn is so happy to be back with her, reunited with her. And there's no way she would kill herself just to go back and experience that feeling that clearly she misses and wishes she wasn't taken from. But all of her friends and everybody's just like, oh, you're back, yay, you're with us again, we just want you to be happy. And it's like, well, if you wanted me to be happy, you should have just let me be. It's just really tough. And I'm not surprised at all that she's, lying to them to make them feel better, because she understands, she gets it. I think she just feels like she's gonna have to try to put on a face for them, because what they did just is a testament to how much they do love her and just couldn't live without her, basically. And it's like, well, how are you going to get mad at them for that, So I totally understand where she's coming from, and her plan to just kind of let it be, not tell them the truth, and try to be happy for them. Try being the key word. Also very interesting that she was able to just like spill her heart out on everything that she's been through to Spike. It's a very intimate thing, what she just admitted and talked about with him. And this episode really, really felt like I just know 100% that the writers are going to go for it with Buffy and Spike. Like, I think this is going to be their season where they connect, because already she's just like sharing stuff with him that she doesn't feel like she can share with others. They're going to have a different type of intimacy just within, I think, truth in a way that she won't with anyone else, because he is who he is. He's dead, and he can understand her and what she's been through, even though it's not at all the same experience whatsoever. I think she's just always felt like she doesn't need a filter with him. She doesn't need to impress him, you know. He would never ask her to be happy. You know, there's this feeling and this expectation from her friends and from her sister to be her old self, bounce back, be happy, look what we did for you. And he just gets her. He really does get her sometimes on a level that others don't. And I think he specifically understands her at her most depressed, her weakest, you know, those harder moments. He is right there and very understanding. And she's at rock bottom right now. She just experienced heaven, and now earth feels like hell. He gets it. The way that he was so concerned, unlike everybody else, like so concerned about the possible consequences that might come about bringing her back, is also very telling. And the fact that he knew that Willow, which I kind of believe him, I think Willow did exclude him on purpose because she thought if something goes wrong, we're gonna have to kill her, and Spike can't handle that. And that's also a very interesting just piece of information to have. The fact that he is just, I think, so in love with her, truly, that he could not kill any version of her, which is a problem to an extent. I think his love does manifest in a more obsessive and intense way than a human. And there are some flaws to that kind of love. For example, like letting her, you know, be a monster, not being able to kill her if she was one. Thank God that didn't happen. But along that idea, on Buffy's end, I could see that being a very comforting, magnetic type of love to have from someone, whether it's healthy or not. So I don't know, I just saw a lot being set up in this episode that made me think this is going to be the season for romance with them, and I'm very curious to see how that plays out. I loved so much. I loved the demon in this episode. I mean, a possession is so scary. Like, I was more scared of the demon when it was possessing people than when you could actually see its ghost form and physical form there at the end. I thought the possession scenes were like actually so scary and so well done. I think Anya's specifically was my favorite. That really spooked me, actually, which I love. I love when something can spook me, and it takes me more off guard when I'm watching Buffy than like if I'm watching a horror movie. I just wasn't expecting it. I was like, yeah, it was spooky, and I appreciated it. I feel bad for Dawn. She's too young to deal with all this shit. That's how I feel about her, and I hope that, God, I'm still shocked that I didn't realize that Michelle, the actress, is in so much of this show, because I would have thought, I've seen her in so much. I've seen her in Gossip Girl, Ice Princess, 17 again, probably a million other things. I don't know how I didn't know she was a huge character in this show. And that's partially why I thought she was going to die at the end of the last season, because I was like, I'm surprised she even made it through a season, because I was like, oh wow, I didn't know you were on this show. And then you're telling me she lasts longer than that. But I feel like she can't die at this point. I feel like she has to be here the rest of the series. And I'm thinking about that because I'm basically just hoping that she gets a happy ending because of everything that she's been through. Like, if anyone can have a happy ending, please let it be Dawn. Because that's what Buffy gave her life up for Dawn to be able to live a long and happy life. So I better be seeing her the rest of the series. And yeah, Buffy in general, we definitely learned a lot more about what she's thinking. Specifically, you know, with her explaining that she was in heaven, and it just makes everything from the last 2 episodes make sense. And her attitude toward what is going on around her, and the fact that when she was like atop the tower, she thought for a moment like, am I in hell? That happened in like episode 2, I think, where she wondered that aloud. And that was another reason where I was like, okay, you weren't in hell and now you think you might be, which is maybe why I was thinking she definitely wasn't in a hell dimension, like everyone was insisting that she must have been. So weird to me that they would assume that. Why don't you ask her where, I mean, she was asked where she was, and I guess she decided to lie about it, but lots of wrong assumptions made by her friends. I think it's just them having to justify their actions for themselves. Like, they cannot accept the fact that she was in heaven Because if they knew that or thought that that could be a possibility, then they can't think that they saved her and brought her into something better. They have to believe that she was miserable somewhere for them to feel good about bringing her back. And Buffy understands that, like I said, so it's all very complicated. I love how this season is starting off. I'm really excited about it, and I'm really excited about like Buffy's psychology in this season and how that's gonna evolve. And they better bring Giles back. I was panicked. I know you saw it, but let me tell you, I was panicked with the off-screen phone call that Willow had with Giles about Buffy being back. It made me think like he wasn't gonna come back like to the show. And I was really scared about that because I love Giles so much and he's such an integral part of the show. But then she said later that he is coming back. So hopefully he comes back and he stays, because I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous about him. He's not in the credits, right? In the song. God, what if he's just like a guest appearance type of thing for these last 2 seasons? That would make me really sad, actually. But, you know, outside of that, everything else this season is making me really excited. So thank you guys so much for being here, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.